let's bring to the stage Jamie Kennedy. What an entrance.
Yeah. What's up, buddy? How are you? Good to see you. I'm glad this mic. Oh, is this on?
Yeah.
I can barely hear myself. All right. It's going to be great.
Hey, we've got one more seat up
That
here.
was already awkward. Shall we turn these up? Oh, there it is.
We got one more seat. We're going to bring one more person up. You know him as Deputy Dewey from the film Scream. But how about putting your hands together for David Arquette? Excellent. Well, welcome guys, welcome to this panel here. And I'd like to start, why don't you guys just kick it off. Tell us what it was like working on this film 20 years ago, and did you think it was going to have the impact that it does today?
What do you think, buddy?
I remember I read the script,
Yeah,
and I was like, couldn't stop reading it.
yeah. That's always a good sign.
And it
You
didn't.
can't get through.
Yeah, and it didn't have a lot of description. It just had a lot of good dialogue.
Yeah.
So when I read it, I thought, this is really great. And then when we were shooting it, I believe you felt this way too. I felt like if we got like a little release and we made like 12 million bucks and we did really good on VHS.
Yeah.
Remember those? Right? If we did really good on like VHS and we were like Candyman or something, it would have been great. You all right?
I
Yeah.
have a
Drinking problem. Okay. Earthquake. And I thought, you look like your pictures. Look at you. Jeez. Please don't put that on YouTube.
I got worse things on there.
I had no idea it was going to be this big.
It was a blast. We were all just. Certain things are just magic when they come together, when you have the right cast, and it starts with the script, then the director, good producers, a great cast, and when everything gels, you just get that feeling like this is something special.
Yeah. Now you guys, you mentioned the director, you got to work with the late Wes Craven. What was that like?
Yeah. It was so great. I mean, Wes is just, he's a hero of mine. He's literally like one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life. He just taught me a lot. He was a professor, he was a father figure. When I directed my first film, he was a complete mentor. Like, told me what to watch, you know, helped me with shots, and just took time just to, you know, shepherd me. And he was with that with my relationship too. During Scream 2, my mom was dying and I was going through a hard time. He sat me down and he's like, listen, David, you know, you and Courtney are really, you both love each other, so get your shit together and make it work, you know? You gotta like step up. And it was hugely influential in my life.
Yeah. I had the same thing. He didn't help me marry Courtney Cox, but I was with Earl, W. Earl Brown. That's me. But I remember the first day we were shooting on it, and I just remember we were done by like 5:30. Remember that?
Yeah.
We had like these easy days.
Yeah.
And it was weird because the 2 movies I did before that were just crazy 15-hour days, and we had a lot of wine.
Yeah, we were up,
We were
Santa
wine
Rosa,
country.
that's right outside of Napa.
He was like our father figure, and he was in it too, because his movie before that was Vampire in Brooklyn, and it didn't do as well. And he was like, needed a hit, and we, you know, I didn't even know what a hit was, and we just, all this stuff. It was just came together, but he was really loving. And he's not like a horror person in life, and I don't mean that in a weird way. I mean, he's like he doesn't like sit and like play with knives all day or.
He was an avid bird watcher.
Yeah, he is. He's a big bird watcher.
He spoke very softly.
Yeah.
He said, David, that was horrible. Can we try it again? Actually, you know, with some skill.
And I remember at his house, he had the big Freddy Claw.
Yeah.
It went from like 20 feet. He had the Freddy hand on the sea. It's really dope. And he lived next to Pauly Shore. It was really interesting. Yeah, Pauly would come on, what are you doing, buddy?
They had like some big like neighbor feud.
They did.
I was like, Molly, don't mess with Wes, bro. He's got like the forces on his side.
What was it like with this ensemble cast? You've got Nev Campbell, you've got Courtney Cox, you've got Matt Lillard, you've got all these people who've now gone
Lillard. You made him French. Lillard. Have you heard that?
Lillard is very talented.
He goes like that.
Lillard.
Oui, oui. So what was it like with this ensemble group? And you get through this first film, not sure if it's going to be a hit, but then you all get back together, those that had survived, for a second, and another.
Yeah, I survived.
It was crazy. Yeah. It was a bummer when you died. That was stupid. It really was stupid.
You know what else died? My paycheck.
So did that was, Scream 3 was so terribly terrible. It just like became a joke of itself.
Don't put that on YouTube. No, but when I did Scream, here's two things. My character lived, but I don't think there was listen, I don't know anything, but I don't know if there was a plan for 3 movies. Do you think so? I don't think
they didn't
there
have
was.
a script.
No, they didn't have a script. The way they say it was planned
wasn't always involved, so whenever he sort of got too busy, it always took a,
Yeah.
because
It's his baby.
You need that certain chemistry with all of the pieces.
And he died in the script.
Yeah, I
He
died in the first one.
And the West loved him so much and loved his performance.
He was just like, just
Get a shot of him on a stretcher waving.
Yeah.
In
I
case.
said, are you saying I'm gonna live, Wes? He's like, no. We don't know yet, but they'll give me options.
And then they tested it, and his character obviously went through the roof. And that's the rest is history. But he died, and I don't know if I was supposed to come back. I mean, I don't think there was going to be a second movie.
Right, no.
And then I remember I kept getting pages, and I was like, oh, this is cool. They added more. So,
Yeah.
so we had no idea.
They were writing. The script was still developing on 2 and 3, especially 3. And yeah, it was crazy, but everybody being there, we were all young and alive and just like hungry and full of fun and craziness. All sexed up with like maniacs, just complete maniacs. It was like
It was a horny set.
It was a horny set.
Very horny set.
All those under 18 now leave the room, please.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm kidding.
I know, I've been cursing. Sorry.
That's always weird. You have people come up to you and go, my 3-year-old loves you in Scream. You know that's weird, right? You don't show the 3-year-olds go, oh yeah, she saw her when she was 2. Don't do that.
So I've got a question for you. Can you still recite the 4 rules for a horror film?
You want to hear them?
Yeah!
$8. Never drink or do drugs.
That's just
one of them.
rule.
Yes.
Get you started.
Not to die in this movie.
Get you started. You will not survive if.
Never have sex. Never drink, do drugs. And yeah, that's a whole other part of the line, bro. I don't remember all of that. I don't even think you guys need me. I think I'm just in the way. There's a simple rule to surviving a horror movie. Never drink or do drugs. Never have sex. Never say, I'll be right back, because you won't be back. Well, wait, that's only 3.
3.
What's the 4th?
Everyone's.
Oh, that's not a rule.
Yes.
Everyone's a suspect. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But bro, that's suspect.
But bro.
That was in a different section. So I consider that an add-on.
It's an addendum.
Do you remember all your lines? I don't remember all my lines.
I don't
Remember yesterday.
Serious.
We want to open this up. Is there anybody out here that has a question? We've got a mic that's going to come around, and just raise your hand up in the air if you've got a question for Jamie or David that you'd like to have answered? I see a hand right there in the green shirt. We'll get to you second.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I appreciate what's going on. I appreciate you coming to HorrorHound Indy. I don't know where you guys live, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty far away. All right,
Two planes.
2 planes. How about that? One docks into the other. All right. My question is, I know on Scream 2, like the original script was leaked out, and you guys were basically shooting on the fly, like almost like the way I know it, or the way I've been told through documentaries and commentary and whatnot. That the it'd almost be like the day of. You guys would get new pages all the time. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what happened. You pretty much said it all. Yeah, something, once you have a successful movie, when they have a second one, there's like, you'll even shoot a scene, and they'll come back and say, that scene didn't work, and they'll be working all along. We didn't know who the killer was, like, toward the end. There were always these different, like, twists, turns, and shooting a scene that then never even ended up in the film.
I thought Buffy was gonna be it did it. And then one day I saw Sarah, she's got blood on her. I'm like, what happened to you? She's like, I'm dead. We never knew, right? I thought Buffy, and I thought it was Roseanne's sister. She didn't know. Right? A lot of people, dude. I thought Kiev did it, he didn't do it. Kiev. He got that. I got that reference.
I would like
You
to
guys
give
speak
you
up.
a round of applause.
Oh,
This
Yeah.
talk so dirty, and she has to sign that.
yeah.
Keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind.
It's
She has
true.
to sign everything.
You have to sign that. How do you
A round of applause for you. Great job.
It's hard talking to you. Say your roommate. Shout out. That was nice. I know. I'm with you. I love your friends here.
It's really like they're out of their minds. Going to listen to what they fucking said. Sorry.
Double hook.
You don't have to sign that.
Have a seat, Father.
All right, this one's for David.
Yeah.
How did you enjoy being the WCW World Champion?
It was a lot of fun. I was a real fan when I was a kid, and just meeting all those guys, the mouth of the South, and there's just so many little memories. But Mouth of the South was sitting there, and Stacy Keibler was like 16 and wrestling, and she still had the legs that were above my head. And she's sitting there, and she's walking on a treadmill, and Mouth of the South is off camera. This is like 10 o'clock after the show. He's sitting there, he goes, that's what I'm telling you, baby. You just got to keep working at it, keep your body in shape. This is part of the game. He did that, like, to everyone. He put music together. He was, like, really very cool. There was a lot of people there that was really great. I had some insane memories, and just meeting all these guys. Ric Flair one time, I was getting a lot of, like, people were just hating me, spitting like wads of spit on your face. I don't know if that's ever happened to you once, and it pretty much makes your blood boil, but if there's like an arena of people doing it, you just want to kill somebody. But at the end of the thing, everybody was in the bar, and everybody was pissed off because a lot of these guys, this is their life, they're generational, and some kid from Hollywood comes in, and I totally understood it. But they were all being kind of jerky to me. But we were hanging out there, and Rick like threw his arm around me. He said, listen, fellas, he's one of us. Because we had been talking about families and stuff, but that was a real moment. I'm like, thanks, Rick. You can't cry, kid, you can't cry. Kick you right off. But yeah, it was an amazing time for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah, excellent. Yep.
This is for David. Any great stories about making the Tripper?
Wow, man, I can't even believe you have a copy of it. That's awesome. Thanks for watching it and having it. I had a great time on that film. It was amazing. I got to cast Paul Rubens in it. It was just incredible. And I'd worked with him on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He turned me into a vampire, and ever since we've been really close friends. just hanging out with him the other day. And just Thomas Jane, who was married to my sister Patricia, and Jamie King, just incredible. I got Jason Mewes, Lucas Haas. I just got an amazing cast. Everybody showed up and was really supportive, and it wasn't, you know, it was a movie that was done on a budget, so those are always rough. But it was a lot of fun. I wanted to do a political satire horror slasher movie, like that was supposed to be really just B-rated and kind of messed up. And Grindhouse came out like the same week, and it was like, wow! I was like, I really did a Grindhouse movie. This is like actual, but it was just a blast. It was a lot of fun, and thank you for watching it. Has anybody except for him seen the movie? Yeah, we have some real horror fans. Thank you guys. Oh, part 2 was gonna be the tripper to the Burning Bush. And it was gonna be at Burning Man, and there was gonna be like a crazy bush dude. But at Burning Man, they like have this whole like festival, people, all the hippies come to it, but it's really like a trap. And it's this old religious rite that could bring them in, then they give them a drug, and then all these hippies turn into zombies. And then they start killing all the zombies and killing all the rest of the people. Jamie's there, King's character, with her husband. But then halfway through, after like, you know, the George Bush character gets killed, they're like, wait, you know, they just killed the head. Then Bill shows up, and he's like, and he's like a sexual deviant. He's trying to rape and murder. And then finally, when Bill shows up, then it's Hillary. And then Hillary's at the end, and she takes off her thing, and it's Jamie King. So there you go.
I think I gotta see the first one to get caught up. That's quite an origin story, right? I know he's still
It's about a killer that's obsessed with Ronald Reagan that attacks hippies at an outdoor music festival.
That was the original.
Yeah.
Did you write that?
Yeah, I did.
I remember.
Amazing guy named Joe Harris.
And were you on medical?
Yeah. Always on something.
This question's for Jamie.
Why didn't I get an audition? That got weird.
Should have been in it. Got it. Probably couldn't have got you at the time. No, sorry.
I'm ready for the sequel.
This question's for Jamie.
Yes.
How was it to work on the most recent Tremors movie, and were you surprised to be Burt Gummer's kid?
How was it working on the Tremors and what?
And were you surprised to be Burt Gummer's kid?
Yes. Tremors is awesome. The first, you ever see the first one?
Yeah.
I saw the first one, and that was the one I saw. And then they didn't make one for like 14 years. And I guess they did one where like they went back to the 1800s. That was a weird one. Weirder than Scream 3. And so then I got it. I met the director, and then he would like let me put my 2 cents in, and he wrote most of it, and it was great. And they let me improvise, but there's a lot of like rules with that world because it's worms of like ass blasters. And so I had a line. There's some good stuff they left out because they went to PG, but there was like ass blasting in the new one. There was a whole like event where you drink from the cup of each other. You're celebrating this bird. And my line was, you know, we usually just celebrate ass blasting with a parade. Some people got that. And a float, you know what I mean? But they cut that out. So it was awesome. Michael Gross is the OG. Kevin Bacon is now doing the series. Right? Did you hear that? He is. I didn't get the call, but I'm his kid. And I don't know what's going to happen. I did it. It was in South Africa. It was nuts. It was 4 weeks in South Africa, in the middle of nowhere. So, have you ever been to South Africa? It's hot. This is hot. It was awesome. Thank you.
Questions out there? Yep, right there, sir.
All right, this one's for Jamie. Why did we never get a Malibu's Most Wanted Part 2?
You know, I was thinking about it. I mean, it's fun. I mean, he'll tell you it's hard sometimes. I mean, like you get stuff, and then people like it. Kind of got hotter later. It's becoming more of like a thing the older it gets. I never want to mess it up because, dude, that was a good one. You know what I mean? And thank you. And like, I don't know. I'm in my 40s, so it's like I don't know. Am I still gonna be like spitting rhymes? I mean,
You could have a kid who's just a complete nightmare.
that's what.
Like,
Well,
these are like rappers today, these kids.
well, that's why I thought at one point like maybe B-Rad as like kid was Bieber, but then Bieber got because I've heard that because then Bieber got too old and now he's too tough. But well, he's all tatted up now. He's not Bieber anymore. He's too tatted. I don't know. It's not my Bieber, but it could be cool. I don't know. People still talk about it. Maybe I don't know. That'd be cool. It's like it's hard. They don't make movies now that are like 300 million.
Yeah.
Or you make a movie that goes right to like Pakistani and Red Box. There's no, right? We were on a $10 million movie and it was great. The middle class doesn't exist anymore. It's great. It's nuts. If you're not in like some superhero universe, you're like, you know, that's how it is. Hopefully, we'll see. Need a story.
I'm sure that I speak for everybody here. Like, we get starstruck meeting you guys, obviously. Have you guys ever been starstruck?
I'm starstruck right now. Wait, who's starstruck you? You got one. You have one?
Mel Gibson starstruck me. I was auditioning for him. I was all tweaked out. The man with no face, and I'm like,
You were
bro.
nervous?
Yeah.
You were tweaking.
No. I was young and like auditioning for him, and I was like, I didn't like have my lines down. I'm in the middle of the scene, and I go like this. Sat back down. I was like, I just got up, turned around. This isn't going very well. He was like, all right, it was nice to meet you. So this didn't work out. It's not your fault. Not your fault, no.
Oh my God, is that really true?
That was a true story.
No, God.
Who's you've ever been starstruck?
Yeah. You know who starstrucks me still? Leo.
Yeah.
I know you grew up with him,
Yeah.
but he just, maybe it was my first movie, it was Romeo and Juliet. I get,
Yeah.
like, I get, like when I'm around Leo, that's like, I don't know, I just get nervous.
Yeah. I've known him
contemporary.
forever.
He was a kid.
And yeah,
He
we
has
did our
this
first
presence.
thing together.
He just has.
But there's definitely the like, you always want Leo to like you.
You really do. You want Leo to like you.
We were getting to my club once, someone took a picture and said that he was there. And I was like, God, I'm so sorry, Leo. You're not right, man. I'm really sorry about that.
So funny.
I think Leo's mad at me for calling my friends. I'm like, what? I'm a grown man. What the hell am I doing?
Approaching 50. Hey, Leo.
Really sorry. Yeah, it's true.
I would say
Quincy Jones always.
he starstruck you.
Fuck. I mean, I know him, and he's a friend, and he's still starstruck. I mean, you'll be sitting there, and you'll be like, yeah, we were walking down Harlem with John Coltrane and Miles Davis. They went outside, they disappeared. He just does that all the time. He's like, you know, yeah, well, that's a beautiful ring. Where'd you get it? Oh, Frank Sinatra gave me it. It's his Cosa Nostra ring. Like, he throws out just a little something. Just a little story.
Oh, I know. Wait, I auditioned for a Band of Brothers, and Tom Hanks was in the room. And he was really getting skinny, and he was getting ready to do, yeah, it was whatever the show was right before, and he was like, sorry, I have to eat, and he was eating like a coconut rind. And he came in, and he goes, Jamie Kennedy, as I live and breathe. And I'm like, it was like, 90. I'm like, me? What? He's like, how are you, baby? And then I did the audition, and he shook my hand. He's like, thanks for breathing, kid.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
And I thought I killed. I
was
would get
so
that
proud.
one, but he, as I live and breathe, I mean, he had that ability to make you know who, Downey Jr., legend, Robert Downey, the best. I was on Bowfinger. I should say Downey Jr., Robert Downey Jr. He's your friend, right? He's amazing.
I haven't seen him forever.
But all right, so I'm in Bowfinger. That's another starstrucker, but it's different because he has that ability, like Tom Hanks, to make you feel like, whoa, you talking about me? And I remember I was doing Bowfinger, he had a part in it, and I got to sit with him for like an hour. He was going through his troubles. And I was talking, he was like, so you liking the fame thing? And I'm like, yeah, it's awesome. And he's like, I'm getting to meet girls. He's like, yeah. He's like, well, because you're Jamie Kennedy. And Jamie Kennedy gets girls. And I was like, I'm like 2 years in the movie. I'm like, yeah, he does. He's like, yeah, Jamie Kennedy gets girls. That's what Jamie Kennedy does. He kept saying my name over and over, and I was in a trance. I was like, that's Robert. Jamie Kennedy gets girls. So he really was amazing. There's people that are just, you're in their presence, it's amazing. There's a few.
Adam Sandler throws like this legendary Christmas party.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Everyone's there, and you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
And I was wasted one time.
No!
I was going through a really hard time. And I was
Going through a hard time. It's called Tuesday. Had a rough morning.
I'm really not as bad as sometimes. So I was just like, and I saw this dude coming up, and I recognized him. I was, what's up, Sean? And it was Tom Cruise. And he walks out, and I was like, oh no. And then I couldn't remember his name. I was like, no, you're not Sean. You're, of course, you're. Oh, I'm sorry. And then his wife, Katie Holmes, at the time, walks out next to it, and I said, and you. It was just the worst. And the kids were there, and I was like, these guys. It was too. I was like, so forever, Sean Cruz rocks.
Was he smiling? He's still
No,
smiling,
he's
right?
the sweetest, like,
No, but
nicest
he
guy.
smiled. He's always like,
Yeah, he was really nice.
he smiled. He's the greatest.
You want to
Oh,
hear?
and Sean?
You want to hear a terrible story?
Yeah.
This is really
Yeah.
bad. This is like gonna get me in trouble, man. But I
We
get a
won't-
call from.
Hit play.
But we
All
won't
right,
tell.
well, don't use names yet.
Okay.
Who's the name?
I forgot his name. He's like one of those famous guys, man. Just along the Tom Cruise.
What?
They're all the same crew.
Yeah. So a guy in
Saturday Night Fever. What's
Travolta, John Travolta. Yeah.
Yes.
John Travolta. Yeah.
So I get a call from
Icon.
like John Travolta.
You got
wants
a
to
call
talk
or a
to you.
text?
Call.
Okay.
John Travolta wants to talk to you.
All right.
Yes. This is like my hero of heroes forever. And finally get to talk to John Travolta. I'm like, yes, we're doing a movie. Saturday Night Fever 2. Come on.
No.
Yeah.
No. They're not making
I was
that.
like, of course I can dance. No. No. What's that? Yeah.
Hey,
So,
Puff.
you know, so I get on the phone with him. I'm like, hello, and our parents knew his family way back. And I was like, yeah, it's such an honor to talk to you. And essentially, he was, I know this great rehab. He called it like a health place, but it was very sweet and kind of him. And I'm sorry I told this story, but I pretty much tell stories.
That's
I
awesome.
tell the truth. But he was a really sweet guy, and he was looking out for me. But I was like, oh, I thought I had a job. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's amazing.
It was amazing.
Did you go?
I did. I should.
Did he call Andy Dick after?
No.
No. We all. That's hilarious.
It is. Was that a mean thing to
No, not mean. It was beautiful. Wait, I'll share something.
Jealous of him.
I'll share something. No, I can't share that one.
It's tough. You share something.
Hey, no, because it's out there.
It is?
No, people record this shit.
Oh, yeah. Thinking I do. He was looking out for somebody.
Huh?
That's how it's already on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh, not yet.
I'll share later. That was amazing. I'm seeing what the sign is for that. Yeah. I don't know. That was awesome. I think hard because it's like we could tell you a lot of stories.
Yeah.
A lot.
We don't say a lot of things.
And you want to, but I believe that we're old school because Hollywood used to be special, right? I don't think it's special anymore. Do you agree? It's a different animal now because everything was hidden. I'm not saying it's not great, it's not awesome stuff, but the business now is like put your business on the street as opposed to hide your business. So now, the more you share, kind of, the more it's a whole other type of fame. So, but sometimes it is fun to share, but then it's like, you know,
Yeah, and then you get in trouble.
somebody
People
gets
do call out,
butthurt,
someone
you get
gets
cry, you're not getting cast in that thing.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yes.
This is for both of you. I was going to ask you what your strangest or most memorable fan encounters have been.
Nice.
How deep you want to go on this one? You want me to start? Okay, this is, I'm going to share this one because, you know, because this person's not famous, so they can't hurt me. So, this is a weird one. One time I was in Las Vegas at the Sapphire strip club. You ever heard of that? You've been there?
I have a booth with my
Yeah. It's like the Walmart of strip club. I mean, it's massive. It's awesome. And I was starting, you know, getting a lot of heat. It was I was the Show West. I was hosting Show West, which is a big film thing, and I was there, and a stripper came up, and she sat down. She said, "I'm gonna give you a tip." Oh shit! It's B-Rad. And she's stripping for me, and she was like, I'm like, "What do I owe you?" She's like, "I love you, it's free." So she took me to a back booth, and she made me recite lines from the movie. And for every line, a piece of clothing came off. And I never forgot those lines. Let me tell you that. That wasn't really strange. It was just fun. That was a fun one. That was a good one. You ever have any weird Trader Joe's ones?
like someone you meet at.
Like people just roll up you on Trader Joe's. I saw Michael Cera at Trader Joe's. And he was buying like a lot of chocolate, and I wanted to say what's up, and I had like a weird tangerine bag. And it was... You ever do that? Like how many times you see people, you kind of see them, and you kind of avoid them, and you kind of see them. You get like that, right?
Yeah.
You get weirded out by your own species, right?
You would have been Michael Cera's answer to that question.
All right, go for it.
Oh man, I'm trying to rack my brain. I don't know. I love my relationship with the bands. Like,
It doesn't say you don't love them. You
No,
weird
no,
Stop.
I mean-
Ass liquor.
no.
I love my fans. Good booth number 4. You're awesome. I swear. And I'm right up here.
What I'm saying is, like, they don't typically get starstruck. They get like, "What's up, bro? Like, you know, bro, what do you do?" Like, I don't know, because a lot of Howard Stern fans and shit, and I've shared so much, and that they're like, I don't know. Some people feel like I feel like we're family.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, drinking and then saying. Meeting the family.
I get like my fame is like I'm everybody's neighbor. People aren't freaked out by me. They're like, yo, Jamie! Hey, what are you doing at Chili's, bro? Are you broke or? Yeah, people. You ever have people do this? I've had this a lot. They go, hey man, good to see you. What have you been up to? Hey man. I did a movie. And it's on VOD. All right, you ready?
Is there in the back?
I guess this is more.
Bro, you guys are really late. You missed a great. I gotta tell you, you should have left that Michael Rooker panel way. Maybe Chucky 20th. Woo!
I guess this is more for David Arquette. With Scream 4, I know Kevin Williamson eventually left the project. Was there ever a version of the script where basically all of the new characters die, and then on the flip side where any of the returning characters did die?
They really don't show you a lot of the drafts, so they're always sort of changing. So, yeah, I can't really answer that. I mean, I think the main thing is like it always just shifts around who's actually going to be the killer or killers, and what the sort of concept behind it is, like internet and all that. That was a terrible answer. I'm sorry. I always pitch them like, make it dewy, they'll never see it coming. Turn around, psycho cop at the end. I think it's funny. Like imitating.
You have a hard job today, bro, right?
You guys are doing great.
We're moderating ourselves. I'm kidding. Yes, sir.
This question is for Jamie.
Yes, sir.
This is referencing a television show you had a while back, and I was just wondering, have you ever personally been X'd?
Have I ever personally been axed? Fooled, you mean?
Yeah, pranked by anyone you know.
Well, my mom, she used to pull a lot of jokes with me as a child. Yeah, my mom had a lot of masks, actually. You guys would respect her. Remember that big, bald, fat guy mask back in the 80s? Does anyone remember that with the big eyes? Anyone? You do.
Yeah.
She had that, and she used to like come into my room at night and hide in my closet. I was like the youngest of 7 kids, so she was bored. And she would like look at the thing and she'd go, boo. So my mom was a big joker, but in life, nobody got me. You ain't getting me. You ain't getting me, pal. See your game.
This question's for David. I have twins who just turned 2 years old about 2 weeks ago, and they really love Jake and the Neverland Pirates.
Yes.
How do you enjoy doing voice acting?
I love it. It's so much fun. You just have to especially when you do, whenever you do something that kind of, people like, it's always refreshing.
It's always better, yeah.
It's much better.
It's helpful. Helps you get through the day.
But it's great. Like you can throw the voice on to kids who are fans and Scully.
Oh
What's your name?
Cassidy.
Hi, Cassidy. Have you eaten your crackers?
This just got really weird. We're doing a voice to an 8-year-old who I didn't even know. How long have you been hiding there, little girl? Jesus God! Jesus Christ!
I'm really sorry.
Hi, how are you? I love your pirate show.
She just got an education.
All right, have you ever heard of Sapphire?
Earmuffs, dog.
I got a booth.
What's a sapphire, Daddy? It glitters.
Stick with My Little Pony, Cassidy. Then you got your cousin. God, guys, get the book.
What's your favorite scary movie? I've seen The Exorcist 4 times.
really intense. This has got to be way better than the Pinhead panel. I'm sorry. I love Pinhead. I just don't know.
Hey, what's going on, guys? You guys seem like you cut up a lot. I love it. We're enjoying it, right? You guys seem like you're jokesters. That's the way you should live life. Can you guys talk about filming? I mean, I think it's one of the best scenes of Scream history when you guys did Scream 2. You know, if I'm a suspect, then you're a suspect. Can you guys talk about? Yeah. Woo! Can you guys talk about filming that scene? Did you guys? Was it hard not to cut? You know what I'm saying, to break whenever you guys were filming it?
Yeah, that was really
That was
fun.
a fun scene because we never really had a scene together, alone, opposite each other.
Yeah, I think we had to film at UCLA. Our characters had their own respective things happening, and it was nice to put like these two, you know, oddball characters that the audience loved, and we got to work off each other's energy, you know, which was great. And I think we got to improv some of it, you know, and Wes was really trusting us, and the script was really good, but then we kind of added stuff, and I just remember he would take these pauses, and he would look at me, and then I would know if the scene was over, and I'd look at him, and it was good. I mean, what you see is like real, like we're really looking and acting and listening, and we're not acting.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, and it was nice to see our two different worlds collide.
Yeah, totally.
And that world, I remember I was tired a lot in that movie, and you were too. Not just because partying, because
my mom was.
Yeah, your mom was sick, and we were filming all nights.
Yeah.
And it was a good scene that it came out that way, because I remember we were both kind of fried, you know.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. It was a good one.
We got time for 2 more questions.
All right, I got a 2-part question here. First one's actually for Jamie. It's a did you know? Among us Scream mask collectors, it's a huge phenomenon. There's many varieties of the Scream mask. Did you know that there's actually a very rare mask called the RDS? It's actually named after you. It's called the Randy Death Scene mask. And it was only shot in the film Scream 2. That was the only time that mask was filmed, was actually when you died in that scene. Wow. So it's a very rare mask, so you did leave an impact with your death in Scream 2 on us collectors of the mask business.
Thank you.
Learn something new every day.
I wasn't wearing a mask. No, so when he killed me, isn't it the same mask?
No, it is not.
It's a different looking.
It's a different mask, different mold.
Bro, how do you know that and I don't, and I was in the scene? Were you there?
We're just really obsessed fans.
Stalker? Or
You the killer?
what? I will say though, I did walk by a van. That was weird to do. You don't walk by a van, right? If you know there's a killer, because you can get killed.
Another one's for David. I was just wondering, one of my favorite movies growing up was Road Racers.
Yeah.
The dude was the coolest character I ever witnessed on screen growing up. So I was just curious if you could elaborate on Road Racers and how fun that was to make, and how many cigarettes did you light up in that movie? Because I counted over 90.
I know, there was a lot of cigarettes. It was still messing up my life, but it was amazing. It was Robert Rodriguez. It might have been his first film after El Mariachi, well, I think. Because, yeah, he was supposed to do something, and it was just, there were a series of Showtime movies at the time, and he was just had time, and he slid in. He was like, I'll do this. And he was awesome. He'd do things like, you know, he runs the camera and does all this stuff. So he'd like, we couldn't get the shot, they'd be setting everything up, and it was taking too long. He said, just give it to me. He'd grab the thing, hold onto the hood, and be like, all right, just bail out. I was like, whoa, they're gonna strap you on it now. Don't, it's gonna take too long. We're not gonna get the shot. Go, just floor it. Like, with Robert Rodriguez holding on with one hand in the camera. It was epic. That's like the whole vibe of the whole thing. He was, he's one of my heroes, just the greatest.
Yeah, he digs in, man.
Yeah.
He does everything.
Smart too, really smart.
Last question.
This question is for both of you. Who was your favorite fellow Scream castmate and why?
Yeah, if you don't say me, this gets.
Well, I do have a baby with another one. But it's not I want to have a baby with. It's you, bro.
No, yeah, you have to say that. You know what's funny? Wait, did I ever tell you this story? We all got along. I love David.
Yeah.
I love David. I didn't get to work with him as much as I did, but the very first day, well, I had the same schedule as Rose. And at the time, you know, you and Courtney could see that there was something going to happen, and everybody else was kind of like Nev and Matt, and there was like, people was kind of like coupled up. And Rose McGowan, I think, was single. And I remember I went to like the local IHOP with her, and we're like eating eggs, and I'm like, we would go to the gym. I was on the same schedule. I'm like, you shooting night? She's like, yeah. I'm like, me too. We'd have a coffee. So like I became buddies, you know, because it's summer camp. And one day we're at like the IHOP. She's eating her eggs, and she's passing me the ketchup. She's like, this movie's great. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, that Skeet's really fuckable, isn't he? Here's the ketchup. I was like the gay friend. I wasn't even gay. I was literally Randy in real life. Cassidy, don't do that to a man.
David. Jamie Kennedy gets the girls.
That's what he should have made.
That confidence.
I didn't meet Downey yet. Yeah, Randy did not. What?
Yeah.
Stop quoting my lines better than me.
Hey, I'd like to give a big round of applause, show some love for Jamie Kennedy.
Hey, thank you guys all for coming out.
Hey,
thank you guys.
Make sure you stop by and see them at their booth.